and my voice, which is the divine voice, right, will be heard eternally long after the SS no longer have a voice. And so he writes his Torah, right? He writes it after the Sabbath. He gives the teaching on Sabbath. He writes it down on Saturday night after the Sabbath, and then he buries it. He buries all of his teaching. And they're not discovered until 1958, 59, 60. And they're brought to the United States, and a colleague of mine, Nehemiah Palan, spends his doctoral years kind of writing up, right, the teachings. It's the most beautiful book when I can't get to a ritual bath to immerse on the eve of the Sabbath, so I read these teachings, and reading them is an immersion in direct divinity. And so this is the teaching of the Warsaw Ghetto. Months, weeks, really, I think I'm now remembering now, it was actually maybe a month, not a month, maybe like a year and a half actually after his children were killed. His wife was killed. Shortly before he's deported to Treblinka, he gives this teaching. And the teaching is the question, he raises it as a mystical, lived question. What's the internal vibration of divinity? And he cites this passage from Tractate Chagiga. And the passage cites two texts from the prophet Jeremiah, who's the prophet who lives in the time of pain and destruction. He witnesses the destruction of the temple, the fall of love. Because the destruction of the temple is love incarnate. It's built by David, whose name is love, and by Solomon, whose name is love. The temple is the physical manifest expression of love in the world. And it's the fall of Eros, it's the fall of love. And Jeremiah witnesses the destruction and witnesses the massacres. And Jeremiah himself, the mystical master, asks this question. What's God's inner vibration? And it's the ultimate question. What's God doing? And he cites one text, and the text says in Jeremiah 13, Bamistarim tivke nafshi. In the inner places, in the mistarim, mistar, the esoteric places, right, I cry. And then there's another text. And the second text reads, Oz v'chedva bimkomo. No, in God's inner places, there's joy and laughter.